go, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, Level M Diecast, bringing you Hot Wheels 2024 action today. Brand new 2-packs. This is the first mix of 2024. They moved to the gold label premium, as you can see, because it needs to be all specified. It looks okay. Looks okay. I like the gold print. I think it kind of breaks up the card just a little bit. First one we're going to take a look at. This one is kind of their rally pack. It's Ford themed. A couple of Cosworths here. 87 Ford Sierra Cosworth. That is brand new deco in shell. And then the 93 Ford Escort RS Cosworth. That's a carry forward. We've seen that one before. I believe it was in Boulevard. But the shell one is brand spanking new. There is your deets on the back. Should you need the assortment codes, barcodes, all that good stuff. Mumbo jumbo. There is the whole mix. Yes, we have the whole mix. Starting off with our Ford pack here. So we'll go ahead and get this cracked open. This is exactly like every other 2-pack. Nothing is different with the way that they're packaged. This little clamshell right here. Just pop them right out. Boom, bing, bing. We do have our original Cosworth chilling there as well. That came out in the Boulevard series. We'll just get this guy knocked out of the park right away. The one on the bottom is your original release. Hot Wheels is getting really, really, really good at just producing the exact same thing with just no differences between the two. Obviously, you'll probably get some shades here and there. That's pretty common, but as far as like the decos and stuff, Matchbox is a little bit different. They do a lot of shade changes, a lot of color changes and things like that. Sometimes they change the wheels for their carry forwards, but Hot Wheels does not do any of that stuff. It is just there. They are exactly the same. Again, that original one there on the left, nothing different between the two. Maybe some blue shades, but that's about it. They are not old enough to be different on the bases, unfortunately. So you see the original one in S11. I can tell you that the original one was more of a matte finish on the base. New one's more of a satin finish on the base. But again, you got to get super, super picky to go with that. But it is what it is. It's still a very good model. Always wanted an extra one. So now I do have an extra one. Just a white roll cage in both of those. So nothing fancy with that guy. This one, however, is brand spanking new. We've seen about 7 decos for this casting thus far. It's also been in premium already. Debuted in the main line, but it was also in premium. Was in Canyon Warriors, I believe, was the series. It was in white. Pretty nice one. This one is pretty straightforward. There's a lot of iconic decos for this car. I don't think that... Not that this is an iconic deco. This is an original deco, but I really feel like Hot Wheels really should have put in some effort for this car. They've done quite a few versions of it so far, and most of them have been knockoffs of, actual liveries, and it's kind of a bummer that they can't get some licensed stuff in there. This one just says number 87. Of course, it's an 87 Sierra itself. It just says shell on the side, just using existing IPs that Hot Wheels is using, but I think it looks good. I like the wheel choice. I think the wheel choice is good as well. Just a gloss black painted base. T02 on there. Really nothing super fancy with that one. All right, moving on to the next one. Yes, of course, we do have at least one JDM in the mix. Typically, there is more than one, but this mix just has one JDM in the mix. 04 Mazda Speed Miata. This one also debuted in Boulevard. This is only the second deco we're seeing. And then, of course, your RX-7 FC Pandem, which came out in Ronin Run, which was also had a chase version. It has a black one that was the chase. But no chase here. Would have been nice if they did release the black one in here. I think that would have made a lot of people mad. It would have made me happy, but would have made a lot of people mad. So we'll get our models out of here. Again, we'll just knock out our Quick-O Comparo. There is the original release from Ronin Run. There is our new guy there at the top. All the deets are going to be the same. Like I said, they're really, really good at this. Hot Wheels has been doing this for a little bit. With these 2-packs, hopefully they, at least with the 2-packs for later this year, they definitely look like they're getting better. More of them are exclusive, but for now we're still on the struggle bus. There is the rear section. Again, the one on the left is the original Ronin Run one. And then just your deets there in the front. Again, the exact same print, all that good stuff like that. The white finish is exactly the same. Roll bar in there is the same. And then lastly, the wheel color might have a teeny shade in it, but you really got to be pushing towards that. So make sure I grab the correct one. Throw that back up there. All right, our Mazda Speed Miata. I absolutely love this casting. This debuted in Boulevard in a like a dark cherry maroon, which looked fantastic. I think it even still had the 4 spokes, just like this one does, but I think they were in chrome. But this one looks fantastic. Got some kind of copper color for the wheels. The model itself is a really, really nice metallic graphite. Looks really, really good. See, there is a little bit of a color break inside the model. So the roll bar there is a different color, which is pretty nice. So it just shows there's an extra piece in there. Just says Mazda on the back. Pretty straightforward with the taillight prints and all that kind of stuff. It says Mazda Speed on the trunk lid as well. Super, super small. This one is left-hand drive. So, but I think this is cool. Obviously, the Mazda Speed was sold in the U.S., so it's okay that it's left-hand drive, although I think it would have been just a little bit cooler to make it right-hand drive, but that's okay. But that one looks pretty good. It's a pretty nice one. Obviously, the Pandem is usually most people's thing, but I think a lot of people like that Miata, I think. All right, moving on to what I think is arguably the best 2-pack in the entire mix for a number of reasons. For one, it's different. We get like off-road trucks, which is cool. But for 2, these are 2 totally brand new decos. 100% brand new decos between the 2. Brand spanking new. This is the 05 Land Cruiser Prado, which came out in that off-road series. It was also a chase as well, but not that deco. And then our Mercedes-Benz Sprinter Tourer. It's been in a couple of decos. It's also been in Deutschland number 2. Matchbox makes a way better Sprinter van. But this one looks okay. Obviously, this one's the heaviest of the assortment. There's, bulk in these 2 models right here, especially in that Mercedes van. That thing is extremely heavy. It's got a lot of girth to it. A lot of metal. There is our Prado. It is decoed up in black rhino hard alloys. Those are for the wheels, I believe. That is a super, super cool wheel. It's not a new wheel, but it's mostly been used on RLC stuff up to this point. So not too much outside of RLC for like RLC off-road stuff, which I think looks pretty good. I love the kind of deco all the way over it. Kind of looks like a map, which is kind of cool. Ridging on the back, got some eyeback on there. This print up there for the light bar is a pretty nice addition, although there's no print for the light bar on the base, which is unfortunate. But the grille is done up, the lights are done up and stuff like that. Of course, this is the GX series here in the U.S. The Land Cruiser Prado is the GX series here. So I think this model relates to a lot of people. Has a spare tire that's part of the interior, so it's not rubber or nothing like that, but it's pretty cool. That is the wheel that's typically used for off-road stuff, so pretty appropriate that they molded it for that. Other than that, the details look pretty good. It's not the greatest model ever, but I do like this model a lot. I think it's pretty nice. And it's pretty beefy. It's pretty heavy. It's got a lot of like bulk to it, like an SUV should. So I think it looks really, really good. A little bit of print on the side mirrors or side window door frames and stuff like that. So that's pretty good. A little attention to detail. Put him right there. He's the behemoth. All right, this one is the kind of Overlander style, kind of off-roading SUV, or I'm sorry, off-roading RV. There we go. There is some coordinates right there, so if you guys want to look up those coordinates, you can figure out what that is. It's probably Black Rhino's corporate office or something like that is what I would assume. This one just has some steelies on it, so definitely not Black Rhino, but that looks good though. I think it looks really, really good. I've taken this model apart. The details on this casting are pretty good. Has some nice print on the front, which looks good. Nice big push bar on the front. Obviously, Matchbox has the opening side doors, so it's one of the things that makes it better, but I just think it's more proportionately sized. I'm not a big fan of these huge steelies that they use because it pushes the wheels out really far, and I just don't like that look for this van. And there's a lot of wheel gap in there. Like, this one's perfectly fine, but the first versions they were not meant to be off-road, so I actually took one apart to shave the base down a little bit so that I can lower it to get rid of all that wheel gap. It was kind of cool. I don't know what happened to it. It's somewhere. This one has kind of a modified, or I shouldn't say modified. It's a replicated spare tire of an actual Sprinter wheel, which is kind of cool. And then this ladder is a separate piece. The roof is a separate piece, so take this model apart. Also, there's only interior up to right here. There's no interior in the whole back of this thing. There's nothing back there. It's just filler stuff and whatnot. And then there is your base deets. T03 for your Sprinter van. So that is the first mix of 2024 for Hot Wheels 2-packs. It's aight. It's aight. I mean, these 2-packs are getting a little bit, like, I don't know. You know, Hot Wheels has so many castings that they can use. There's really no need to do a repeat in any premium stuff that they do, because they just don't use enough of the castings as it is. And I would just think that it would give them a better opportunity to use more of these castings, but just my opinion. So anyways, we're going to roll out. Hope you guys appreciate that. We'll catch you next time. I Live Limb. Peace!